Hello, my name is Bola Fisayo, a Nigerian citizen currently living in Newark, New Jersey, United States of America. I'm making this claim for all and sundry, particularly for those who have not been able to align themselves with the truth and those who are eager to know more about the synagogue of Prophet TB Joshua. I know severally in the past, both in electronics and print media, and lately on the internet, several things has been said and written about the man in the synagogue, Prophet TB Joshua. But I believe by going through what people have said to me in the past, particularly those who have gotten the opportunity to discuss the issue with, several questions has been raised, and I know that so many people are ignorant of so many things, which has been making them to miss the opportunity of either benefiting directly or not saying things they have said. I am in a position to throw more light and answer questions. I know in the past, several people have come on the air, on the internet, and said several things about Prophet TB Joshua, particularly those who claim they know Prophet TB Joshua more than all. Give example of David Solomon Ozi, and lately Paula Gomo and Bisola and Kayode. All of them came out and they wrote, they make clips, they wrote books, they said so many things. They grant interview, says several things about Prophet TB Joshua. Yeah, all these people, I knew them, I swore with them. We were in the same class together. We learned under TB Joshua together. We worked together. So I know much about them, and I'll be saying things objectively because I believe if we know the truth will set us free. This clip might not be able to finish at once. I might need to do more and more. But whatever I say today, if you have any question, if you have any criticism about it, please post it. I will gladly respond to you. I'm starting this way by asking these questions. What you, my fear, what do you know about Prophet TB Joshua? What do you know about his ministry? What have you heard about him? What have you read about him? What is your opinion about him? What did you say about him or his ministry? I know you have a lot of answers for all these questions, but I know by the end of these video clips, you'll have a better answer for the questions that I've raised. Like I said, my name is Bola Fisayo. I worked with Prophet TB Joshua for about 6 years as his disciple in Lagos, Nigeria. And before I met Prophet TB Joshua, I have been a Christian all my life. I was born a Catholic. I served on the altar. Later, I went to other church with my mother, particularly who was going to church from here to there, was going to church. Eventually, my adult life from age of 14, I was in Gospel Faith Mission, which became the family church. Two of my uncles are pastors who brought me up, are pastors in Gospel Faith Mission, and the other one has got in his own ministry in London with branches in Nigeria. This is how I got to meet Prophet TB Joshua. Let me start from there. My own story. In the year 1994, I have an uncle who was pestering my life, asking me to come to his church. And before then, like I said, I was a Christian from Agape Christian Assembly, Gospel Faith Mission, Deeper Life. I've gone around. I was really brought up in the will of the Lord. I was not interested in going to another church. You know, it was come to my church. I was asking, what is it in your church? What's in your church? It says synagogue. To me, it sounded like one of these white garment church. And to me, then those white garment church were not church in quote. They weren't Christian. So what should I go and do there? He insisted, okay, he proposed to me, said, okay, do you know what to do? I will follow to your church 2 times or 4 times, then you follow to my church once. Okay. I just want to satisfy him because the pestering was too much. So I agreed. Before I left for synagogue that very day, the year 1994, I soaked myself in the blood of Jesus. I prayed, I fasted, and I followed him. When I got to the place, what I saw was incredible. What I saw were unbelievable. Nevertheless, I wasn't that moved. But when I returned home, my friends who were living together, a very good Christian, a member of Billy Graham Church, very serious member, still a member to date, he's a very good Christian. He asked me, how was the place you went? I said, you wait, I will not tell you anything now until I'm sure of what I've seen. I have to go back to the place and carry on a lot of investigation. I didn't return the second week. A few weeks thereafter, without the knowledge of my uncle now, I went and I sat in the newcomer seat. So the preaching was going on. I was monitoring everything, suspecting everything. I was so suspicious of everything. Initially, my mind was not on the sermon the man was preaching. I was only interested in what he was doing, how he moved, how he raised his hand, how he looked. No, I was just monitoring everything he was doing, comparing it with where I come from and what I've been taught all my life. There was nothing extraordinary in what was doing that was not being done in my church. The only thing that was different was that the instantaneous miracles and deliverance, which were very unlike anyone I've seen in my life. Nevertheless, I still had my doubts because the Bible says in the last days, several people perform miracle, and I would say I know them not. All those stuff was in my mind. And as I sat down there all the time, I go there. So by and large, one day I went to the church again. I never, let me say this. I never register myself as a newcomer in the church. Each time they call newcomer, I never register my name because I was so skeptical of what they were doing. I believe if I should register my name, they could use that one to hypnotize me. I don't want to be hypnotized, so I don't want that. I used to go there as a newcomer all the time, just to see things. At times, if somebody gives testimony, I've done it about 2 times. Because the person claimed to be from my town where I was born. I followed the person down to the city, and I didn't go to their house to ask them. What I did, I asked their neighbor, do you know this XYZ? What was the problem of the XYZ? And they confirmed to me the people were sick and they received their healing. So that one convinced me, okay, they really was genuine, not arranging one, not things that were not authentic. I verified too like that myself. So nevertheless, I still had my doubt. I was doubting everything that had been done in the church. So one day I went to the church again to continue my investigation, and I sat in the newcomer. The prophet came out, usual self. He was preaching, and in the course of the sermon, he asked a question, which I got to know eventually that it was not meant to be answered. I signified, and I was called. So I answered the question. Remember where I come from. Bible quotation, Bible verses, Bible biblical study was not the new thing to me. So I answered the question right on the spot. There, he asked me another question. I answered. He asked me another question. I answered. The church were clapping for me. I was excited, but nevertheless, inside of me, I was still, this cannot catch me. Eventually, the man said he was going to give me a gift. After the service, I should see him. While I was there, people were coming to me, congratulations. I said, what is it? What is special? What does it, Pastor? Yeah, why? Eventually, after the service, I was ushered into his office. The time, 5 minutes past 12, midnight. That was the time. It was my turn. I wasn't the only person waiting to see him. After the whole day, we were still seeing people, but it was my time to see him. 5 minutes past 12. I was ushered into his office. The first surprise I saw, the man was, despite the fact that he was older than I in age, he was apologetically begging me, I'm sorry, sir, I will not be able to see tonight. It's too late. Please, will you be able to make it tomorrow? Come and see me. I was looking at him. Okay, I will come. I left that very day, and the following morning I was there around 8 a.m. in the morning. Just sincerely, I did not see TB Joshua until around 8 p.m. in the evening. And when I saw him, the only thing he did was just ask him. He asked for my name. I gave him my name. I told him my name. And lo and behold, the prophecy, the revelation he was revealing were earth-shaking. Initially, being myself, I don't believe revelation from anybody. Tell me vision, I'll just be looking at you. I believe whatever you say, you are telling me is that you are guessing, somebody have told you something about me. He said the first one, I was just looking at him straight. I didn't shake my body. I didn't acknowledge. I didn't refuse that either it was right or not. Don't do my right, but I didn't acknowledge it and I didn't show it in my countenance. Until he said the third one. He said, you had a dream. Instead of me, I said, what? Dream? Yeah. As such yesterday, I had a dream. Dream is normal. So why is that a revelation? No. Until he specifically said, you had a dream long time ago, and he mentioned the dream and the time. I had a dream in the year 1976. He told me the dream and the meaning of the dream. Right there, I left the seat. I was sitting just before him. I knelt down. I knew that was nothing but the truth, because before that very day, nobody ever knew about that dream. Even my mom, whom I was living in her room at the time, I never told about the dream. So nobody knew about it except me, and I never mentioned it to him. He told me the dream. He told me the meaning of the dream. And I said, brother, the solution to this problem is for you to go and work for God. Go back to your church, work for God. I'm not saying you go there and be a pastor. Go there, clean bench, clean toilet, sweep, do some things you would not naturally do in the house of God. And in a miraculous way, the problem will be over. He said I should see him the second day, which I did. When I got to the place the second day, I said, sir, will you allow me to do it? I said, no, will you go back to your church? I said, sir, I'm sorry, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ, will you allow me to do it? And he accepted. So that is how I became a disciple with Prophet TB Joshua. And for 6 years, I was with him. While I was there, he met my need. At the time, I was the one responsible for my fiancé's education. She was there schooling in Ilorin. And since I was not doing nothing, TB Joshua was meeting my need. And from whatever he was meeting my need, I was able to take care of my fiancée until she graduated. Meanwhile, at the time I was talking about, I have seen money. I wasn't poor, and I wasn't sick. I wasn't in any position that I needed anything really, that miracle or whatever from TB Joshua. I was okay. But what was the problem was not known to anybody except me. And even to me then, I never knew it was a problem. That is how I became a disciple of Prophet TB Joshua.